Right, Dragon Buster 2, a game which I really didn't know existed. The primary reason I even got this cart in the first place because someone put stickers on it. Dragon Buster stickers on a Dragon Buster cart struck me as kind of weirdly funny. Well, the cart itself is otherwise in good shape. You know, it's got the end label, and those Namco carts don't always keep their end labels in good shape. So other than the stickers, it's kind of a nice looking cartridge. But the original Dragon Buster, I didn't have any affinity for at all. I remember watching the Game Center CX episode of Dragon Buster and seeing the game, and it didn't look that great. I don't think it's a great game at all. So I didn't even know this really existed. Boy, what a surprise. It's very strange. Coming out when it did, about 89, you know, it obviously had some influence from Legend of Zelda. You might think, well, they took the Dragon Buster property and made it was Zelda, but no, this is basically an adaptation of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons for the Intellivision, flat out, which is insane because that Intellivision did not sell that well in Japan. It was there maybe for like a year or two, but it was barely a blip on the radar. So someone at Namco must have had an Intellivision and played this game, and I'll prove it by actually playing some of AD&D on the Intellivision, a short abbreviated playthrough, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So let's do that now. All right, here we are. This is the Intellivision flashback version, which is why it has the different title screen. So this is the overworld. The mountains you can go into are colored. Red gets you an axe, blue gets you a boat, red gets a key, and the white I went into is for extra arrow quivers, which is your only weapon in the game is a bow and arrow. The mazes are procedurally generated. You see the bat there, it's harmless, but you'll see a rat coming up. Those are the rat tracks. So they're covering either the exit or the items that I want. Ooh, and there's a snake in here too, which killed me. That's all right. I'm not perfect. So here I'm going for the extra quiver, because you only get so many arrows in your bow. There's a thing you have to press that literally counts the arrows by sound. So it doesn't tell you on the screen. You actually have to listen to it, but I don't have the sound running at the moment. So I got the arrows I wanted. Now I'm going to get the axe. So that's how you kind of traverse the overworld. Oh, getting hurt again. Now there I bounced the arrows off the wall. I know it was kind of hard to see. It was really fast. There I got the axe finally. Now I'll get out of this maze. And now you'll see, well, actually I'm going to go get a boat at this point, I think. If I remember correctly, yeah, get the boat. So I get the axe and the boat. Now those are demon tracks. They cover the boat. They different creatures basically protect different items. That's how that works. So you see I got the axe now. I can go through the woods and closer to that cloudy mountain, which is our end destination. Now I get through that dungeon. And we're getting up to the final dungeon. This is the final dungeon where I have to kill the 2 dragons, not just 1 dragon, 2, because they each have a half of the crown. And once I get these 2 halves, it'll be game over. And that'll come up pretty shortly. The slimes can't be killed. They're slow moving, but they'll kill you pretty fast, but you can't kill them. So we're getting more arrows here. And that should do it. And that's the end of the game. That's, this is an abridged version, but even the full version was only about 6 minutes long. This was the medium difficulty level. And yeah, that's how this game goes. So now that you've seen how this plays, let's actually see how Dragon Buster 2 plays by comparison. All right, here we are, Dragon Buster 2. Just gonna let this opening cinematic play out. I kind of like the story they give here. This is a pretty typical thing of Namco, I think. Long time ago, when Clovis and Celia were not born, and even the Kingdom of Lawrence had not yet built. And we all remember Clovis, of course. Demons and dragons were roving around with a masterful air, and people had to live with terror. To these people, the only hope was the legend of the true sword that fairy told. Legend has it that only the brave who gets the true sword back from the dragon and establish order on the land would save the people and be king of land. And now a youth has gone on a journey. His name is Carl. He is a little expert archer who goes on an adventure with you. Yes, let's go on an adventure with Carl. Look at him shooting that dragon. All right. Nice title. So let's actually get into this thing and So there are different regions. This is one difference. There are more regions. So the overworld is pretty reminiscent of the Intellivision game. You can see the Cloudy Mountain is where we want to get to. There's a lake, there's trees. Well, actually, you don't cross the lake by boat, but later on there's like a desert you cross by a camel, and you get the items for going in the dungeons. So the tree dungeons have the axe, the castles have extra arrows, so we're going to go in here and get some extra arrows. And you'll kind of notice how the dungeon kind of forms up in a familiar way. Oh, the ghost stole those arrows. I don't know how well you can hear the audio. Probably not quite loud enough for you to hear the footsteps. Oh, but I'll show you the. So you can sort of see how the walls are. You know, the dungeon is sort of revealing itself in a very familiar way from the television game. But you can also ricochet your arrows off the walls in exactly the same way as well. I have to admit, I don't like the way... Oh, here's the big boss. Ooh, he got me a little bit. So you get the key, press a button to pick the key, and you get to the exit, and select button gets you out. So you don't have to collect the item separately. We're just going through the dungeon. Well, actually, there was no item in that castle. There will be in this one, so we'll show you that. I was getting ahead of myself on this a little bit. Yeah, so the tree dungeon even looks more like... and it shows you how... At least you don't have to count the arrows. You can actually it'll tell you how many arrows there are. Oh. Bye-bye, dinosaur. Get the key. I think there's another... I think I go up. So the dungeons aren't as... Ooh, close. The dungeons aren't as random as they are in the Intellivision game. There are patterns to it. So it's a bit, so it can be easier to navigate, although these. I've got a shield. I would usually be done with this dungeon by now. I just it has a slightly different pattern than what I'm used to, so I'm sort of a little bit lost. But this dungeon shouldn't be that big. Yeah, there's the exit right there, so that's... Alright, okay, so there's the tomahawk. I go... Actually, I think it does it automatically. And you chop down the trees. So let's see if I can pick up the pace so I can actually get to that final dungeon here. Because once I get through this dungeon, I can just get to the final dungeon there pretty easily, so... Let's see how quickly I can do this. Yeah, there's the exit, so I just need the key. And there's the key. Alright, we're left. Ooh, I think I accidentally shot myself and pressed the wrong button. Okay, we chop down these trees, and we're at the final dungeon. So this is a case where I definitely hope I don't get too lost. Because this is definitely a bigger dungeon. If I'm really lucky, I'll get the fire arrows. Because the fire arrows do 5 times the damage. So that'll make a very quick work of this, this level if I'm lucky enough to get it. There, I got it. Ooh, yeah, okay, this is good. Now I just have to find the boss. I only have to kill one boss. There's only one dragon to kill. I don't have to kill 2, like in the Intellivision game, so... The area leading... Oh, no. See, one shot will kill him. And I still have 48 arrows. I'm not even worried. I just have to remember exactly which way to go here. No, I didn't get him. Oh, oh, geez, he hit me and I lost my fire arrow. And I even took a hit. So just like in the television game, you know you take damage because the color of your uniform changes. If I take another hit, I think it goes to red, just like the other. Like, it is not subtle. Like, there's no, like, you know, so there's no hearts, there's no hit point meter. You know you take damage because of the color of your uniform. Oh, I knew what happened. I knew I would get lost. This sucks. All right, let's not lose hope yet. Oh, there's a healing. All right, so that's a healing pool. There we go. So that's new. That wasn't in the. I think that's a nod to Zelda, really. And I think this might take me up to the boss. Oh, maybe not. Oh, what a bummer. Come on. We don't have all day. People have other YouTube videos to watch. This isn't that exciting. Oh no. Okay, maybe this is... No. Okay, I'm just trying to find the new pathways, because... Oof. I just want to get to this boss. Let's do this thing. So, like I said, there are different regions. Like in the Intellivision game, it's just the one map, and you get to the end and you're done. That's game over. In this one, you get to other regions that have larger maps. I made it to like the third region, which has the desert, and the game. Yeah, I'll get once I clear this dungeon. I'll explain a little bit more. But yeah, it doesn't get a lot. Okay, here we are. We're getting to the boss. There he is. Rapid fire. Come on. Go down, go down, go down. There we go. Yeah, you can cheese them. There's no strategy to it. You just cheese them. You get up close and shoot those arrows, because you can only have one arrow on the screen at a time. But when you get close like that, you can just shoot over and over again, right? Look at him taking down that dragon. Boom. Nice. The real battle starts from here. And yeah, that's the thing. So now you get the second region. It's much larger, but what you do isn't much different. There are new enemies to face, but this is basically it. And this is sort of my problem with the game is, on the Intellivision, if you know what you're doing, you can get in and out within a handful of minutes. This one really demands a lot more of your time, and it just doesn't have enough gameplay to really keep you engaged. So yeah, there's a array. So yeah, that's about it. You get some extra enemies. It's a little bit more difficult. Next region is a little more difficult, but yeah, it doesn't actually get more fun, which is my real problem. So let's bounce out of this and get you home. Thanks for watching so far. Right, Dragon Buster 2, a game which I think in the end, not awesome, kind of tedious to be honest. I played it up through, like I said, I played it up to like the third region, and it just really bored me after a while. But what a weird thing anyway, right? So yeah, thanks for taking this journey with me, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.